Okay, John.
Moosen Spiel.
Moosen Spiel. Canada Day was this past weekend.
Yay!
And so was Gay Pride Parade.
Yay!
Which I didn't go to because I was exhausted and actually got called for work.
I actually don't really like the Gay Pride Parade. Not because I don't... I just don't like people, you know? I don't like massive throngs of people, you know? It's just
man.
I can't walk anywhere. It takes forever to do anything. I like the parade, but yeah. And the parade's actually one of the best things in Toronto in terms of, events.
Oh, it's huge. I could hear it from my apartment here, outside.
Yeah.
So I heard the parade going on and everything. I just couldn't go. I was working.
Yeah, I walked by it, and yeah, it was kind of fun. I mean, it's still corporate, right? Like, you think gay pride, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, lots of gay people having fun and everything, and that's kind of what it is. But it's much more like a whole bunch of corporate sponsored floats, right?
Yeah, I mean, you said you saw a Coors float going on for Coors beer.
Exactly.
And
I don't remember all the different organizations that there were, but it's like, you know, every single I don't know.
Well, you gotta be sponsored in order to put it on. It's not like people are just gonna pay for it themselves.
Well, I mean,
Just
it
look
would
at
be
the-
nice if they did, to be honest.
I mean, just look at the Christmas parade.
Like,
here.
up at the, Toronto City Council had a parade, had a float, and all that kind of stuff. And it's
okay.
like, when was Toronto City Council? Like, come on, seriously, when was Toronto City Council? When has Coors Light ever cared about gay pride? Like, when has Coors Light ever cared?
I don't know.
Never. They've
So
never
for the
cared.
record, this is the part
They
where
care about
I get
marketing.
super mad at in the game because you got to find these terminals.
You're back on your old ship too, right? Or on the
yeah,
ship?
yeah,
you blew
yeah.
up?
You're on the ship. It's underwater.
And you gotta
You got to kind of jump around and unlock doors. So, anyways, what we wanted to bring up was a couple things. We're not pretending to be a part of the LGBT community because we're not gay.
Right.
You know, we can't, but we can relate to common sense.
Okay.
Agreed?
Sure.
We were just talking about this before. This is the first city that I've lived in where it actually has a gay pride parade like this,
Yeah.
or at least one that I'm aware of. Like, this one's just, everyone knows about it. But it's at this point, at least the way I feel from my time in Toronto I've spent, the city's very accepting of the community, and I mean, it's so diverse that that's what I get living in Toronto.
Yeah.
It's so diverse and accepting. Now, what my personal experience with the regular people is a different story.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, Toronto's the most diverse city on the planet.
Yeah.
You really don't get more, yeah, that's the way it is.
So, because of that and how much fun it is, I feel that the Gay Pride Parade now is a big party that they've earned due to all this acceptance.
Yep.
Sure, there's still going to be some haters out there. You can't. There's a hater for everything, you know.
Yeah. I think it's more, yeah, it's like a celebration, if anything, right?
Yeah, it's a celebration of they got their rights. I mean, it's no different to the women's movement in the 60s.
Well, it's also to kind of emphasize tolerance, right?
Yeah.
And diversity over, fascism, basically.
Right. Yeah. That's a good word.
Tolerance over fascism. That's pretty much what it is. A lot of people like to put it down to love versus hate. It's not really that. You know, that's just a little catchphrase. It's not so much that as it is about tolerating people who are different than you, right?
Right.
Which is what that's what gay pride is about. It's
Yeah.
learning how to live together with people who are different than you are.
Yeah. Which in Toronto we do every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, that's just urban versus rural, right?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I mean, I grew up in a predominantly white suburb.
Yeah.
You know, but the schools I went to were very diverse outside of Germany.
Yeah. Yeah.
Germany could not have been more white.
Right. Yeah.
With a few Turkish people every now and again.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point.
Germany's still pretty cosmopolitan, all the same.
Yeah. And it's a very accepting country now.
Yeah.
now. There was a time when it was not. But in the case of this parade, it's a lot of fun. It's a party of tolerance.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's
But something.
and it's mostly a party, right? It's mostly a party, and it just happens to be about tolerance.
Oh my God!
Mostly-
so many people came back to this
Like
this condo hammered.
Yeah,
After
exactly.
that, just plastered.
And people
There was
who,
more
like-
people coming back plastered from the Gay Pride Parade than they were on Canada Day.
Yeah, and people for whom like gay pride means absolutely nothing, really, right? It's just an excuse to have a big party and get.
Well, you get dressed up in costumes like Halloween, and
Well, kind of, except even more. It's like you're allowed to be slutty on Gay Pride Day.
well, that's what Halloween is now.
Well, not really.
You don't think the slutty cat is no
No, not really.
Oh.
I mean, what I know. Last Halloween, I went to a party with one girl and like 9 guys.
Oh well, yeah. Well, I think that's just the demographic we hang out with.
I think she dressed up like Spider-Man.
Wouldn't it be Spider-Woman?
Yeah, well.
Well, I guess you could be Spider-Man. You're just no. We're not distinguishing between genders for superheroes.
Yeah. You can
No,
guess.
but something happened during the Gay Pride that kind of irritates me. It's
Yeah.
more irritating to me because I've seen this in a few cities I've lived with, and it's the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah.
It's
Movement. Yeah, the movement.
well, that's up for interpretation at this point because it doesn't feel like it's a solidified group. It's a whole bunch of. It's like a group of 10 people decide to get together and cause mischief. There are certain. I don't want to use the word sect. That doesn't seem right.
Like,
It doesn't seem like it's a unified group.
well, no, it's
And-
not. It's like it's because there's such a low bar of entry, right? You basically have to be black, and I mean, you don't have to be black, but you pretty much you got to be of a certain type, right?
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. And then you just show up.
Well, I mean, we saw it at the when Bernie Sanders was in Seattle, I believe, where he was giving a speech over equality, everyone getting their say, and then a person from BLM just interrupted his whole speech.
Yeah,
Right?
just try to talk over him and ruin his time.
And ruin the whole thing, and
because
that's
they're
just not the way you go about something
yeah,
like
because
that.
they're children. They're that's all they are. They're just children, right? They don't have any maturity. They don't have any way of like, civility or proper like, interaction with people, right?
Yeah. Well, we watched this news story where this professor out of Ryerson was comparing the whole movement to the women's movement in the 60s.
Yeah.
How the norm thought they were going about it the wrong way. Help me out here on the explanation. It's
Okay, well, let's back up here and remember
Okay.
that Black Lives Matter arose from the horrific police abuses of black people, right? They're basically like, and it's the type of thing that's been going on for since the like basically as long as police have been around of racial profiling, racial targeting. But in the new millennium, we now have such easy access to recording technology that people are actually able to document all these awful police abuses against minorities. And then you have the death of Eric Garner, for example. There have been lots of deaths and lots of, like Rodney King. How they basically destroyed Compton for that. Compton basically destroyed itself over the death of Rodney King. But Eric Garner, where the guys
a
like
lot of the predominant African American neighborhoods, especially in New York, were hit really hard, especially in the late '80s and early '90s.
with what?
I mean, it's police brutality and the segregation of communities. That's what happened with Compton. That's what happened with Harlem for the longest time.
Yeah, but that's been going on forever. But the thing is with like people like Eric Garner, who was basically offering no resistance, was not being violent in the slightest, did not have any kind of anything that could cause any harm, was being choked to death by police, like literally choked to death by police.
Who was Eric Garner again?
That was the guy I just said.
No, but where was he?
Somewhere in probably New York City or something like that.
Okay, unfortunately, there's been too many of these to keep track at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, good luck with that. And so that's where Black Lives Matter has really gained momentum, right? I mean, for one thing, the progressive side has been shat on by American politics for quite some time, right? Because Obama was not really the progressive liberator that people thought he would be. And
no, he was more about other things, but that's a different story.
yeah, he has a terrible civil rights record. I like Obama a lot, but he has a terrible civil rights record. And so basically, there's a lot of stuff. Stuff has been waiting to crack in America for a long time. And you had the Occupy Wall Street stuff, which did essentially nothing because it was so poorly managed.
That's true.
Yeah, they basically didn't get anything done, and they had so much momentum going for them. They had like people like actually camping out, thousands and thousands of people actually camping out. And they weren't able to do shit all with that because they were just bent on these anarchist policies where it's like, yeah, I don't want to go too much into it, but basically people have been looking for things to change in America for a long time now. Income inequality is just beyond what people can handle. And of course, and they shouldn't have to handle that. I mean, it all goes back to Reagan politics, and like I was even thinking about this earlier, how it's almost like when he ordered the air traffic controllers back to work, he basically destroyed the American economy. He basically made it like impossible for middle class people to compete.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's a big fucking idiot, and I'm glad he's dead. But
oh my god,
of course, he's a fucking he was pure toxic to the American system. Yeah, so basically, that's what Black Lives Matter has come out of, right? It's anger, it's hatred, or it's anger, it's injustice, right?
Yeah,
it's injustice.
What, like you said, it seems like it's more anger and hatred than trying to come to peace and understanding.
Yeah,
as,
I mean,
as hippie sounding as that is.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is that like even you can recognize when people are being unjust, and you can know how that's happening. Then you can still act like a total child, and that's what they're doing. They're not being civil. They're not being progressive. They are not being productive.
Well, okay.
They're interrupting Bernie Sanders of all people. Like they're going after Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, I mean, something did come out where one person from BLM said that was the only place they felt like they can get their voice heard, which might be true because Bernie Sanders is the only one to actually let them on stage. But then what happened when they finally got on stage?
They basically just made asses of themselves.
They pretty much made that whole rally about them and not about what it was, and that was a man trying to run for president.
Right. Well, I mean, I think anybody with any degree of like knowledge. I mean, here's the thing: if Black Lives Matter are going to be pro ignorance, I'm never going to be for them. Nobody with a brain ever will be. Right?
Right.
And if they're going to go after Bernie Sanders as like, and they're not going to promote him and they're not going to help him, then they're pro-ignorance, and that's just plain the truth.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Because Hillary Clinton does not have the same record.
No, she's got a poor record.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It's horrible.
Yeah. Donald Trump, of course. Like, forget that.
Not much needs to be said there.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah.
See that little maneuver I did in the game?
It's tough. It's
tough
to do that. So let's talk. So I'll just give a quick rundown about what happened in Toronto.
Yeah. I wanted to get back to that. Get back onto why we were getting here.
I visited the Black Lives Matter protests. So for months they've been protesting in front of City Hall because Toronto has not, like Canada in general, has not had the same level of racial stereotyping that the States has.
No, and I do not see that at all. I do not see the same problem.
Well, yeah, and anytime I've dealt with police, it's always been like very fair, very logical. I had a guy of color got in, basically like got really drunk and beat me up with his friends. And I knew the guy, and I went to the police about it, and they handled it exactly as professionally on both sides as I would hope that they did. They did an excellent job. Now, if the police are overpaid in Toronto, that's a serious issue because a lot of them are making over six figures, and that's a fucking issue. But whether they actually do a good job is not. They do an excellent job. There have been issues with the deaths of Sami Yatim, but
Red's even told me a few experiences he's had with the cops.
Yeah, Red's like as black gets for an Indian guy.
Yeah, he's pretty dark.
I mean, he's not he's not of African origin, but you know,
he has expressed his fear towards the police.
Yeah.
Because growing up where I did, I mean, I've had some bad experiences myself with police over those things. So I've grown up thinking when a cop pulls you over, you literally can't say a thing to defend yourself, or you're going to be tased kind of attitude.
Right.
But in Canada here, I've actually talked to cops, and they're very professional.
Yep.
I don't feel like they're the high school bully all over again.
Yeah, like when I was a teenager, I had trouble with like traffic cops and stuff like that. But then you grow up, you get mature, you start being civil towards them, and it's okay. That's in Canada. I don't know about. It sounds like things are way different anywhere else.
No, I felt instantly moving here that it was a much different environment with how the police are treated.
Yeah.
And how people look at the police here.
So the issues with police killing people, young black men have been. One of them was Sammy Yatim. I forget. I think this is a guy who was. He had a knife on a streetcar, and I might be talking about somebody else, but it's the same story either way. Threatening passengers, they evacuated the streetcar, and so police are called in. He starts threatening the police with the knife, and they shoot him. And the issue is how many times they shot him, and stuff like that.
That always seems to come up, though, unfortunately.
Yeah,
because you have to count your bullets, account for every single one.
Yeah, but the point is that this is not the same story as somebody like Eric Garner, right? This is not Trayvon Martin here, who got shot for wearing a hoodie.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Stuff like that. That's what the Black Lives Matter stuff was really built on. It's not built on like some punk with a knife is trying to slash police officers, right?
Exactly.
And so they're talking about like, well, 17 is like, well, you should have had mental health and stuff like that. And I'm like, fuck him, he's a fucking punk. Like, yeah, he should have had mental health, but if that's what he's gonna do, like, who cares, right?
That's a bit harsh to say, but the issue was the cops defended themselves in that instance.
Yeah, and the thing is, they didn't really need to. Like, they were right. They probably could have addressed the situation and not killed him. But at the same time, like, you have got... If you're expecting sympathy
I always
from
bring
me,
up, if they have a knife, a cop should pull out their taser.
Yeah, exactly.
Not their gun.
Yeah, it's not really going to be...
So the main thing we wanted to bring up was BLM was at...
Yeah, we're not going to get to that.
We're going to have to continue that the next one?
Well, obviously, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then you continue. Well, we got like a minute or so left.
Yeah. So basically, just setting the stage for BLM and all that stuff. It's not. It's welcome. Like it just is not as like. I don't want to say it's not as needed in Canada. I would say the issues of the states are not Canada's issues, and they should not be imported to Canada, right? And I think a lot of people are just saying, oh, look, there's a lot of movement in the States, so we can do the same thing in Canada and just complain about the same things, and we'll be just as important and that kind of thing, and we'll get as much done. It's like, you guys need to be more fair than that, is what it is. So,
we'll continue this in the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get more onto it. So, that would be that.
I'm going to look up